Okay, thank you very much. A very warm welcome also on behalf of the Ministry of Science, Education, Science and Sport from Slovenia. Today I will talk about the positive impact of collaboration within the joint program of on neurodegenerative diseases research, JPND, on our national research policy. It will be rather informative and rather short presentation. First, I would like just to briefly mention some of our governmental activities here in Slovenia concerning the topic. Yesterday you have heard our ministers, two ministers, so I will not spend a lot of time here, just to say that, of course, we are very glad that the work on the national plan for the management of dementia will soon actually come out and will go in the public discussion. As well, the Ministry of Labour, Family, Social Affairs and Equal Opportunities, rather long name, is also closely working on many issues related to the topic today. So they work on the network and chain of social care, and they act on long-term care. Our ministry, Ministry of Education, Science and Sport, is actively supporting joint programming initiative, JPND, and some other research projects through the Slovenian Research Agency funds. Just to briefly mention some of the health activities here, probably you have heard much more from Professor Petrusek earlier today. In the area of general medicine, there is a kind of a rather modest support. Starting references are memory clinics. In the area of neurology, we have Center for Cognitive Disorders at the University Medical Center here in Ljubljana, which is a part, of course, of the University of Ljubljana. In the area of psychiatry, there was established a unit for gerontopsychiatry. Unfortunately, there is no geriatrics here in Slovenia yet. Concerning the diagnostics, there are many possibilities, of course, including the imaging as CSV and other means. Concerning the remedies, they are available for free here in Slovenia. Well, I'm coming now closely to my area, so the research activities. We are rather active in the JPND, Joint Programming Initiative. So far, we have been active in 2 projects. Unfortunately, we were not active in many calls, just the first ones. But what is the general perception of JPND in Slovenia? This is important for us as a kind of a civil servants, of course, who are closely following the impact that our participation in such initiatives has for us. JPND is relatively well known and appreciated among the following stakeholders here in Slovenia. So, of course, the field researchers in ND field, as well as some clinicians and diagnosticians. Policymakers at our ministry, of course, and the Ministry of Health are well aware of this initiative. As well, our young researchers are active in the initiative Young Research Leaders, and they are promoting the campaign against dementia. You will hear about that after lunch in a panel which I will chair at 2 o'clock. Slovenian members of the European Parliament have been also very active in this area. And of course, since we are here today gathered in such a big number, you can see that also some civil society organizations in Slovenia which are dealing with this phenomenon are rather active, and they really help also us as governmental officials to be faster with different strategies and policies. So we have to actually thank to Spominčica, or Forget Me Not, a civil society organization here in Slovenia. What are the main benefits for Slovenia to participate in this initiative? The benefits are, of course, multifold. Our participation stimulates also other ministries, like Ministry of Health, to be more proactive in this area. Slovenian researchers are more focusing now on this area, so there is a kind of a critical mass gathering here also in the research area, which is fine and necessary. The JPND strategic research agenda is a kind of a lighthouse for our policymakers in different ministries, as well as for researchers, of course. Young leaders are becoming part of civil society, which is proactive in this area. which is again very important for mobilizing the civil forces for addressing this very important challenge. And JP&D stimulates new ideas for projects within the EU Horizon 2020 program, as for instance the teaming project. So Slovenia is active now in 2 teaming projects, and one of them is also dealing with this issue. JP&D also efficiently addresses some serious problems that will become even more dramatic in the future, so it's strategically important. What are the main benefits for Slovenia to participate in this initiative? Well, JP&D supplies us with information and as well with understanding of the complexity of the phenomenon, and of course with information about the future, the projection of this challenge, which will of course even increase and fastly. Participation in JP&D demands cooperation of our Slovenian Research Agency, which is an implementation and funding agency in the field of research, and they are of course closely collaborating with similar other agencies in Europe, and this also increases a kind of not only the mentality, which is important here, but also kind of a cooperation spirit, which is very important for the present and for the future. And of course, our ministry as well, through this initiative, cooperates with other ministries of research or health in Europe, and we are exchanging, of course, the ideas, the best practices, and also worst practices in different fora in Europe. Our research agency finances here in Slovenia some of the research projects in the area of mild cognitive impairment, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer disease, and a mixture of that activities. As well, of course, it is also funding some other research organizations that are partially involved in these areas. Concerning the value of financing, it's rather modest still. Approximately 1 million euro directly in 3 years' time, but this is increasing, and especially now when the strategy will come out and will be implementing in next years, this amount will of course increase. The future of the JP&D project funding. Concerning this question, we can say that so far only the strivings from our ministry for the budget for next year and other years to come actually is a kind of a permanent effort here on the governmental level. But as well, I would guess that the new strategy will of course create some new synergies among the different ministries in Slovenia. So from the executive branch of power, we could expect more funding and more strategic cooperation in the future. So we are looking forward to that. Concerning other international projects, of course, we are using some other mechanisms like EFTA mechanisms, for instance, and the Norwegian mechanism, which is also helpful in this area. Concerning the educational activities, probably you have heard about that in previous lectures. Here in Ljubljana, the Faculty of Medicine is very active in this area, and a specific undergraduate curriculum on dementia here is in force. It's a short kind of curriculum, but still it's important. Department of Neurology, of course, is here very active. A kind of little school of neurology on dementia is here in place. And providing actually regular forces for general practitioners. This is very important. So yeah, that would be the end of my short presentation, and thank you for your attention.